feeling nothing now, it's all gonna be good. So like you know you should, yeah. Till you've understood, until you feel it like it's up again. Feel the sunlight on your skin, keep your heartbeat beating. Go on, breathe in.
Module 2, Lesson 3, Audiovisual Media. Audiovisual materials. It is the most complete resources for teachers due to their availability and versatility. This method is intended for teaching everyday language for students. By using an audiovisual materials-based teaching strategy, young learners improve their understanding of instruction. Next is audio material. It is a tool to convey information through sound. Audio material is very useful in developing the listening skills of students. It supports distance learning. Next is visual material. Tools to convey information through sight are designed to convey message or information effectively by considering criteria in doing visual media. It is very important because it caters visual learners. Next is audio. Refers to sound reproduced by a computer or any other device. Sound, especially when recorded, transmitted, or reproduced. It can be used to enhance multimedia application in a number of ways. For example, in delivering lectures over the web, music used to add interest and emotions to a presentation, and other non-speech audio used as a part of a general interface. Examples are cassettes, CDs, audio, phonograph, and etc. Now let's proceed to video. So, it is a recording, reproducing, or broadcasting of moving visual images. A recording of moving visual images made digitally or on videotape. So one of the biggest advantages of using video in class is its ability to motivate students, knowing that they can understand a real person speaking in a milestone to many students. What's more, it shows the language points your students are learning in action, giving them even more reasons to pay attention. So, function of audiovisual materials. First, teaching music, literature, science, and documentation activities. Audiovisual materials can basically show students the different examples of literature, science, and documentation activities. Examples are showing video about a story, an experiment, or even a documentation of a certain subject. Next, teaching language and other content areas. Audiovisual also helps students learn divergent languages since it is very flexible, especially in showing examples. Third, to foster oral communication. Audiovisual can help students improve their oral communication wherein they can express their thoughts and ideas about a certain topic. Next, to motivate interpretation. Audiovisual can help students understand and interpret certain subject matter topic by letting them listen or watch examples. Lastly, to make use of sketches and broadcasts. Students can be able to learn how to make use of sketches and do broadcasts since audiovisual material are equipments that could be helping students to do so. Now here are the types of audiovisual materials. So there are 3 types of audiovisual materials. First is audio. Audio includes recordings and audio broadcast. Visual media, bulletin board, and poster. Lastly is the audiovisual media. It includes motion picture videos and films. So first is audio. Recordings. So recordings, this comes in cassettes or CDs. Second is the radio broadcast. So radio broadcast, it is a transmission of radio programs. It can be live or tape. Next is the visual media. Visual media includes bulletin boards. Bulletin boards is a form to display information in the board. Second is posters. posters, it is a form of displaying information using text and pictures. Audiovisual media. Motion picture videos. Videos of sound mixed with motion images. Next is films. Films, it is a large sequence of animated scenes and sounds. Here are the uses of audiovisual materials. It stimulates interest and emphasize. Audiovisual materials can stimulate students' interest because through this one, it can make students have fun. It helps students to participate in learning, and it helps them show relevance to their future careers. Second, it promotes efficiency. It promotes efficiency since students can enhance their skills and ability. Third, it clarifies subject matter topics. It helps students to understand more to the things needed to be explained. Next is the advantage of using visual materials in teaching. Provides diverse teaching techniques for learning. Second, it simplifies and clarifies complex topics. Third, it allows students to learn at their pace. By the use of audiovisual materials, teachers and students could have an effective learning. It helps students understand the topic well, thus it clarifies complex topics. It also helps students analyze different things, especially in learning. It can be reused, and it reduces the quantity of asked questions. If the student has the ability to understand and analyze the lesson, it is more likely that they would not be asked too many questions. Also, audiovisual materials can be used in different ways. It can be reused as well. Here are the disadvantages of using audiovisual materials in teaching. First, it requires correct use. The improper use of the material might not guarantee learning. Second, not all concepts can be taught. Students, especially children, need time to understand the concept. Third, might not guarantee learning. As what I've said earlier, if students wouldn't be able to understand, it can't guarantee learning. Next is, to prepare it, good pronunciation is needed. Some students need to understand pronunciation, especially in listening. Good pronunciation should be possessed for students to understand well. It can be difficult to understand, as what I've said. Next is a good internet speed is required. Internet connection is really needed. The failure of the connection would hugely affect students' learning. Next, to understand well, proper equipment is needed in learning. So here are the ways to use audio to support learning. Unit podcast example, live online discussion, interviews with subject matter experts, students-generated recordings, and recordings on public lecture. First is the unit podcast example. It is the weekly updates of teaching material and current situation. Using audio weekly update is really significant. It monitors students' comprehension and level of understanding. Next is the live online discussion. It is between two or more people. So live online discussion includes you, your teacher, and your classmates sharing and analyzing certain discussion. Next is the interviews with subject matter experts. This can be used as a core or support for lesson. It is very important for students to dig deeper and understand the subject matter. Student-generated recordings. Examples are making presentations such as blogging. So it is used as a part of learning activity to record evidence. So recordings of the public lecture. Those can be repurposed and used for different contexts and subjects. It can be used as a recording in public lecture for future references. So ways to use video to support learning. To demonstrate experiments example, to exemplify abstract concepts. Video in teaching helps students to understand more, especially in exemplifying abstract examples. It is also used to show ways on how to do an experiment. use video to support learning, to illustrate 3D models, and to demonstrate time passage examples. Video can be used in explaining 3D models as well as demonstrating time passage examples so that students can see and familiarize and how to do it well. To demonstrate decision-making process and to summarize. Video in teaching summarizes lengthy discussion. It helps students to understand each well, especially if it is difficult to understand. It also helps students to choose what is good and what is not right. To illustrate performance and music. To show practical example activities. Using video, teachers can show performances, especially dances, music, and etc. It motivates children to listen well, and also it shows practical example activities step by step for students to do the activities correctly. Here are the 3 steps in producing audiovisuals: planning, production, and publishing. So first is planning. The most critical aspects of producing. You have to plan well so that anything that follows will be worth it and you will not regret what might happen in the process. Next is producing. The shooting or recording stage is what most people consider the production phase of an audio or video project. It carries much significance in the audiovisual processes. It is an evidence or record on how you do your assigned task well. Lastly is publishing. It is the final part of producing audio or video for educational purposes and is often referred to as post-production. It requires editing. It builds corporate enthusiasm. Programs to edit, to create, and to publish. Under to edit, we have Audacity, the GarageBand, and the Windows Media. Under to create, we have Windows Movie Maker, Virtual DJ, and QuickTime Pro. To publish, we have Vimeo and SlideShare. To create, we have Audacity to record and arrange videos, GarageBand to record and edit sound, and Windows Media to record and edit video. Under to edit, we have Windows Movie Maker, free use to edit sounds and videos, Virtual DJ, free use to edit sounds and videos also, and QuickTime Pro, video editing software. To publish, we have Vimeo. It is an optimized online video streaming site that allows users to upload and promote their videos with a high degree of customization not found in competing sites. Share, it is American hosting services for professional content.